Yeah, we're gonna start with both boots today. The ones that go fast and the ones that jump high. Nice.
Howdy shop backboy. Hey Abonist.
Alright, so let's go over how this is gonna go down today. So like, first off, I need to change the layout. Because Kisandu's on. But also, just to make things further silly, I've turned on a couple of tricks that the logic can consider, such as using the speed booster to get to Pink Brinstar, and using the fire rod for dark rooms. So Lamp might be in a very screwy spot. I made it so Ganon's tower is open with 0 crystals, so Ganon's tower's in play the moment that I have the ability to get up there. I also made it so Mother Brain is opened up with none of the Super Metroid bosses defeated. So we can technically go in there the second we get the Criteria boss key. I turned on some nonsense, and we're gonna see how this all goes down. My hope is that it results in some wacky logic that requires me to do some non-standard things, but we'll see. Oh yeah, mock balls are on as well, so that's another thing. Yeah, you need to think of it 53 months getting that hype train started as we're gonna get started here on the scene. Should be a fun time, yes. But for now, it's turtle time. Yeah, we'll see. It's all up to the rando to actually do anything with all these logic changes available.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Hey! Connecting with the 5 gifted subs as well. Going on over to Deeper X-Spin, Lethal Lin, Malament, Will Peters, and Fontacat. Sadly, we do need to start in the usual way, even with high jump. Hey Tracker, there's nothing to get a load of because it's Kisanity. Oops. Showtime! Ignite Dreams, thank you for the 29 months. You know it's been a little bit more. As we're heading on into Sahasrarla despite enemy's best attempts.
I have to count so many of these. This is more than half needed to be scammed to Zora.
I guess we're Leonardo
Upgraded
today
shirt
instead.
By one step.
Wait, I should talk to Sahasrarla. I'm still not used to playing Kisandy even after turning it on every now and then. Hey Tracker, Tower of Hera is green pendant. Hey Tracker, Tower of Hera is green pendant. Hey Tracker, Mark Tower of Hera is green pendant. Oh, right, I turned... Right, hang on. Just a second. I had to fix her. Because I didn't turn on voice mod before turning on everything else, so I messed it up.
Howdy Bouse.
Just a second.
Oh, bye then. You just never quit, do you? Took out Ganon. Woke up the Triforce. Hey chat. Thank you for granting me administrator access. Let's go. Hello Gamer Zero.
Hey Tracker, how are you?
Fine, I guess. Hello the biggest blueberry. Good to see you Prof Hammer Rat. Thump thump. 5 treasures left. Nice to see you Tyriad. Howdy Aethon Kalis. Howdy Flash Trickstar.
Robin Fairy, thank you for the 9 months. You know it's been a little bit more for us today, so we have some smooth jazz, yes.
Rip Ganon.
Hey, Tracker, undo that.
Whatever you say, nerd.
Yep, yeah, I fixed her.
This is not the content you are looking for. 4 items left in Eastern Palace. Hi Robin Fia.
Showtime!
Curiosity, thank you for the 4 months of Twitch Prime. Can you off and spin a little bit more for us today? I'm trying leveling on up. As we're making our way through Eastern, it's key Saturday, so I figure I'll just do this early. And 100 biddies from Guena. Whatever you say, nerd.
Nice to see you, Gaweno. At least now you can take a few more hits. 3 treasures left.
Ignite Dreams, thank you for the 5 gifted subs as well. Going on over to Ristar, HJ, Chaotic Soul Zero, Districts, and WSLH. And I mean, did you really expect much of the voice acting for the game? I mean, it's extremely low budget, despite it being sold at full price. This.
Showtime!
And Guena, thank you for getting yourself over to Lelo HCR.
Tracking lower Norfair level 1 keycard.
Oh, that's pretty important.
2
Well,
treasures left.
actually, I don't necessarily
Next, you
have to
should
kill
climb
Ridley,
Castle Tower
so
without the lamp.
let me get right on that their tracker.
Marked off the lower Norfair boss keycard.
Wait, why do I have both keys for Ridley already?
Be sure to use these wisely. 7 treasures left.
I totally see my keys! No! Why would these be your keys?
FYI, you shouldn't drink these.
Ridley, did you leave your keys at my house again? Dude, man, I know you get wasted, but like, you need to make sure to come pick up your keys. Resources.
Showtime!
And Cornelius, thank you for the 25 months as well. Getting Jonathan spin a little bit more for us today.
There's nothing to remove.
No, hell runs are not enabled. I'm not actually sure they're available as an option to enable. Hey, Tracker, Lumberjack Ledge is bullshit.
That's a relief, I'm sure.
I mean, it's going.
Lumberjack Ledge is bullshit.
I can't help but picture it. That's why I'm thinking the 2 gifted subs going on over to Disco Cheats and K Prime. I don't want more bombs, so let's just get hit. There we go. I can't help but picture the, like, that one headbanging scene. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that! Oh, the bees! Not the bees! I'm being attacked!
You now have 2 big 20s. Out of like 5,000.
Run away!
4 more and it will matter. Wait, I'm thinking of Twilight Princess. 3 more and it will matter.
So one thing that I did turn on was fake flippers in Light World South. So Hobo is currently in Logic. Which is very weird to say. Though apparently Waterfall Fairy's not, because that's not actually south. But hey, Hobo's in logic. He might actually have something. No, the whole headroom remains vanilla. It's a good source of getting money when you need it, though.
Tracking more funds.
One of the easiest ways to get early money is going to the Houlihan room, if you know how to set it up. You just gotta dislodge the camera a little bit. Oh yeah, I didn't turn on infinite bomb jumps, by the way. They're just kind of boring, so like...
You now have 2 heart pieces. Sure, this is the Waterfall Fairy, but what about the Agile Fairy? Good job on getting a Skullwoods key.
Alright, it's just a small key up there. No idea which one it is, but it's up there. Yeah, no entrance is available for SMZ3 just yet, so... I would have been tempted to turn it on.
The second missile pack is always special.
Alright, that...
Too bad it isn't something better.
That trick didn't provide anything significant this time. But I gave it a chance! Yeah, they haven't come up with any new training modes in a while. I have such a collection thanks to you guys. Double kill! Triple kill! Hey, Night Dreams, thank you for gifting yourself over to Boss. Ooh, hookshot.
Your 20 rupees collection is getting somewhere. Toggling hookshot on. Tracking Ganon's Tower Big Key.
Alright, the Ganon's Tower Big Key!
Adam had no plans to authorize the use of these.
Still mandatory, I do still have to open up the pyramid.
If you didn't find sticks everywhere. I didn't get that. Toggled Eastern Palace Big Key on.
Oh, damn it! I was just there! Damn it, damn it, damn it! Another big key! Huh, getting quite a collection going.
Toggling Turtle Rock Big Key on.
The turtle found the turtle key! Turtle. Alright, you got anything in here, Gina? Show me the goods.
3/4 of a heart is almost a working one, I think.
Alright, let's get a cack. But not off long enough. Why are the keys everywhere today? I don't know, I guess I almost had a wicked party last night. Everybody left their keys all over the place. No vehicles have been taken home. It's all up to the designated driver, Crane's awful son.
Moon Pearl is now yours.
One A-Tank, please.
Yay. More E-tanks. Did you get a nice book at least?
Ah, what's in here?
Upgraded gloves by 1 step.
I am starting to get the ingredients necessary to make my way over to Ganon's tower. I can technically get in there now, but it would require some shenanigans.
Howdy Curtis Wildcat. You now have 420 rupees. Nice. Too bad it isn't something better.
Yeah, I'll buy a super missile.
I hope you find a lot more of these.
Me too! I need to blow up Mother Brain at some point.
Stop. Hammer time.
I have Dark World access!
Increasing collection of 5.
You know, while I'm here, I might as well follow up on that.
Toggling grappling beam on. Yay. More missiles. Throw more of these please.
You know, technically speaking, with not actually having to kill any of the Metroid bosses, I don't even technically need either of the suits. I would need a lot of E-Tanks to survive getting shot by the Rainbow Beam.
Hey, could you spot me 20 bucks? Marked off the Eastern Palace map. What are you going to destroy with these? Stockpiled more soup. It would have been much easier to find a heart container, you know.
Alright, let's go to the Dark World for a little bit. I'll do a quick tour around. After all, I have the beans, why not? I don't think I'm gonna go into Skull Woods just yet, though. Yeah, outside of Cross Keys, we just don't generally get very much bunny music. Actually, I'll go to Skull Woods if for no other reason than I don't want to pick up all those individual bushes. Done price? $5. Not terrible. Pretty bad, but it could be worse. Now this room's gonna be somewhat annoying without any means of dealing with the Gibdos. Well, we just need to play good and it'll be fine. See, just play good, and it'll be fine. Out of my way, stupid door camper. And it was really worth
Space
it!
Jump on. 7 items left in Skill Woods. Please repeat.
Well, that's pretty good.
More supers.
Hey, track
6
content.
items left in Skill Woods. Tracked content. Don't let it get to your head.
Someone late on that one, but good enough.
Sometimes it feels like you only find missiles in the game. 5 treasures left.
You just imagine Mother Brain
Marked off the arrow launcher.
getting out of her
4
tank
items left in
just
skill
to join
woods.
in on the party.
Please repeat.
Just bouncing around. Or maybe she brought her exoskeleton.
That's nice. 3 items left in skill woods.
Still can't quite reach GT though. I need the Titan Smith first. Wow. Alright, there's another key up there. So one thing with Key Sanity, I can peek these things and see small keys. But I don't know if they're relevant for a while. Jacker would be the type to hold a really rowdy party.
Tracking Skullwood's big key.
Oh, come on, I was just there! I'll be right back! That's what I get for not picking up a bunch of bushes, I guess. Well, fine. I'm gonna do the unthinkable. Never mind, I'm gonna go this way. The seed has disapproved of me trying to do the unthinkable and doing vanilla strats. So I guess I'll do this as my bomb jump setup. Hey, Tracker Mark Tower of Hera has green pendant.
20 rupees yet? 2 items left in the wooded maze with the mummies and that awful moth boss. Marked Tower of Hera as green pendant.
I had to stare at the tracker for a second to see. Usually she times out of undo by then. And apparently it was the marking on Tower of Hera. Hey Tracker, track content.
Toggled morph ball on. Tracked content. Don't let it get to your head.
Stealing my content, for shame, Tracker.
Your super missile collection is getting somewhere. 7 treasures left. Hello Jake-Bob.
Yo, speaking of TMNT3, that game has online multiplayer in the Cowabunga collection now.
20 rupees. 6 treasures left.
So hey, if you want to suffer together, although the game probably is actually a little bit easier in 2-player.
You now have 3 more bombs than you started
Cowabunga.
with. 5 items left in Thieves' Town. So many 20 rupees. 4 treasures left.
Yeah, we'll see how many times she tries to run off with the morph ball this time. Tracker obsessing over morph ball technology is like she's a space pirate or something. The 3rd NES game for Turtles is a very classic case of Nintendo hard. I didn't even need those. sometimes you just gotta do a little bit of swag, you know?
Picked up more supers. Yay. More bombs.
Aw, man. I hookshot at their vision cone again. That's such a weird thing that it can actually happen, too. Yo, Chuck, how's it going? You know, while I'm in the area. Clutch hint? Question mark? Not often I go check this, but I mean... maybe they'll say something cool. Yeah, let me get right to that. Good to know, I guess. At some point, I will have to return to Swamp Palace. Okay, I have both the suits in a situation where I do.
Tracked gravity suit.
Look at all the Super Metroid stuff I have.
How Shack Tool is doing.
Except
Cool.
for keys.
More 10 arrows. Tracked Palace of Darkness key. You now have 920 rupees. Another one.
All this stuff, and I don't even need, technically, to beat any of the bosses. Wait a minute, chat! I've got an idea!
Hello Reevner.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Tracked flute.
Actually, I'm not sure this will work. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get locked out. Oh, at least go take a peek. Actually, hey Tracker, show me the Meridia map.
I didn't get that.
Hey Tracker, show me the Meridia map.
Showing you the Meridia map.
Hey Tracker, show me the Meridia map.
Showing you the Meridia map.
Oh yeah, I'd get locked out if I try that. Darn, idea won't work. It's locked by a keycard I don't have. Using logic though, yes.
You now have 30 missiles.
I was thinking of skittering down to like the warp that leads into Meridia at this point, but unfortunately there's a keycard too there that I can't access. So I'll just behave for a little bit longer.
Picked up a nickel. 6 treasures left. So many heart pieces.
Alright, that's a useful key.
5 treasures left. Criteria level 1 keycard is now yours.
And then
4 treasures left.
I should go to Hyrule Castle because it was marked as mandatory. Also need to go activate this flute at some point because that'll get me up to Death Mountain so I can go get even more stuff.
You must construct additional explosive hamburgers. Your super missile collection is getting somewhere.
Whee! Man, how rarely do I have this set up in here? Primo Bird! Yeah, the criteria level 1 keycard can definitely cause it to be mandatory, but it's kind of a weak one. That unlocks the gauntlet, which is good, but not necessarily what I'm after. I'm replacing speakers. Did those ones at least last you a while, Matt?
Marked off a sewer key. 3
Wait.
treasures left.
What's that doing in here? Why is that almost vanilla? What? Also, what kind of speakers are you looking for? Do you want like some sort of big surround sound set, or do you want like some basic desktop speakers, or...
Turtle Rock key is now yours. 2 items left in that place where your uncle's body is still decomposing.
Dark Cross isn't quite in logic, but I mean, I can go do it. Two desktop speakers to the small stub? Alright.
Tracking X-ray scope. Just one more.
Hey,
Marked ball and chain soldier is defeated.
if you want something
I
compact
hope
that's
this
pretty
was
good,
intentional because things were going well.
I can actually recommend the Audio Engine speakers. They don't have a subwoofer, but they actually have enough bass to them on the inside. I think both the speakers actually have some capability of it. They're small desktop speakers, they're powerful and sound nice.
Timer paused.
Hey, track around and do that.
Make up your mind.
You know, I know mine are called like the Audio Engine 2s. I don't know what the current version of them is. Give me that heart. Yeah, Dark Cross will exist. I have a hook shot. So the snakes are gonna die.
Hey,
Nice!
marked off the wave beam.
Hey, that's worth it.
Nothing left in Hyrule Castle. The Racing Council will hear about this.
No problem, Matt. I've been using these things for quite a few years. I only found out about them because we were selling them at the store that I worked at. And I took a look at them and like, hey, wait, these look pretty good. Then I looked them up and it's like, hey, wait, these are pretty good. And now I've had them for a while and yeah, they're pretty good. Yes. I made so much use out of that discount, my goodness. The one downside of no longer working at a fairly general store. I don't have an employee discount to abuse.
I hope you were quiet during the cutscene.
Mostly, Tracker, mostly. It's how I got my current headset as well, and one of my monitors, and... This headset's been going for a while. Any sense of rubber on the actual ear cups has long since fallen off. Or faux leather, or whatever it was. fabric's still there, so whatever.
Good to see you, Pyro.
Good enough!
Try again. Added more missiles. Do you expect me to be impressed? Everyone does that out of logic.
Yo, Firelight, how's it going? Hey, Tracker, Spectacle Rock is bullshit.
Cleared Spectacle Rock.
I used to have little Logitech speakers, but I craved something of higher quality at one point. Alright, we can let Crocomire live. This is too far to the right. Nope. Excellent.
Sanctuary Heart Container is now yours.
I don't really got much of a choice in the matter when it comes to having to wear headphones most of the time. Between streaming, which I need to wear them to not have echo coming back through the microphone, and, you know, just renting a single room in an otherwise larger place, I don't exactly have the option to have my sound echoing through the building.
Found more super missiles. Added more missiles. Hoarding more missiles. Even more explosive arrows. Added more heart pieces. Is it time to get scammed by Zora?
Yeah, no, hey, the source ball.
Palace key.
There it is! Yo, I've definitely been guilty of that one, Colin. When there's nobody else in the building, I'm free to go, yeah, 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 all I want. Wait, I just realized that was a double joke. Completely unintentional! I'm gonna pick up the green pendant just because I can. Hey, Tracker, floating island is bullshit.
This island makes no sense. Marked floating island is bullshit.
Hey, Tracker, Tower of Hera basement is bullshit. Hey, Tracker, Tower of Hera basement cage is bullshit.
5 items left in Tower of Hera. Cleared basement cage. More 50 rupees. 4 treasures left. Good job on the tech. Was it a first try?
I can definitely tell you the last time I played Hi-Fi Rush, when I was on my own, I had the music cranked.
Tossed another energy tank onto the pile. 3 items left in Tower of Hera.
Oh my god, I worked in a small office once, where there's 3 of us in the same room, and one of my coworkers always got phone calls, like always. And, see, the thing about parts of Canada is they are very much bilingual. And if you all have ever heard somebody who has high energy speaking in French, you might understand that it could get somewhat aggravating. Because holy shit, it's in a fast language.
Trapped Mountain Dew. 2 items left in Tower of Hera. Pouring one out for Borgardorn.
Hey, Tracker, get a load of this!
That place with the bowling balls is now crystal.
So I definitely might have had to start bringing headphones at one point, because I might have been driven a little bit crazy by the constant It's like the only time his shimmer slowed down was to go, "Bong!"
Toggled ice rod on.
I know a little bit of French, so I mean, I could understand some of what was being said at the time.
Sweet.
And of course, since it's, you know, Canadian French, or Quebecois French, there was a lot of English mixed in. Because that's just how it is. We like to call it franglais. That's like, I couldn't be mean to her about it. She's one of the nicest people I've known, but my goodness! That is some impressive speed! I don't know, I've never heard anybody that disagreed with me that's from the area. Anglais is English and French. And then, of course, just adding the FR at the start. Because it's a little mixture of both, you know? That's all it is.
Ganon's tower key is now yours. One item left in Eastern Palace.
It's not supposed to have any deeper meaning than that. It's just a combination of two words. I can count to 100 mostly. Actually, I might be able to. I'm pretty sure I still remember all the numbers up to 100. Oh, my brain! All this useless knowledge. I can't speak with proper grammar or anything like that, so it's still mostly useless. But I can certainly try! Sir! 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 Please have a hitbox that exists, thank you! I got a refund! Give me the crystal.
Yay. More 10 arrows. That's everything in Eastern Palace. Don't you need the fire rod to get to Armus Knights? Cleared that place with the bowling balls.
Alright, what's my amazing prize?
Cool. More heart pieces.
Alright, I guess it's time to go to Super Metroid. Maybe I should play that other game for a bit. Hey! You know, considering this is Key Sanity, I'm gonna mix up my routing a little bit. Right. I always have to remember, this doesn't need a power bomb anymore.
Swamp Palace Big Key is now yours.
God, that space jump sprite. I'm gonna go this way for a bit first. Alright, I can't go further than that. That's fine, this still goes far enough. Wait, it thinks I can... Ah, crap, I can reach... I got confused because I can reach a wrecked ship by going backwards again.
Toggling Skullwood's map on.
I actually do have the wave beam, so I could really pull some shenanigans here.
Map.
Wait a minute. Oh my god!
Congratulations with your new titty mitts.
Ganon's Tower is available!
Pig World?
Yeah, later, Tracker, later! Tracker, I have to consider the ramifications of the fact that Ganon's Tower is available and mostly clearable at the moment. I just need a fire source.
So many 20 rupees.
Just gonna be a small preview of this song. I'll be back for the rest of it in a bit. Spazer!
Good job on getting the Spazer. Track's sword.
Huh, coming down here would have been somewhat beneficial. $20
stumbled upon more 20 rupees.
It's one of those facts where, does the music fit? No. Is it rad? Yeah.
You've got all the mail. That's not bad for being in the toilet.
Yo, Mother Brain, what are your clothes doing in there? Do we need to have a discussion? Were you partying a little bit too hard? Hey, Tracker, old Turian Launchpad is bullshit.
Ignoring old Turian Launchpad.
Ooh, screw attack!
Toggled screw attack on.
Hells yeah! Let's go restore the mech. proper Brinstar loop. This is the big thing that the level 1 key gets me. Cruising on through the gauntlet, which is now much easier thanks to this screw attack.
Increased survivability by 1 step.
Oh. No, not this again!
Do you have enough energetic tanks yet?
Hey, Tracker! Gauntlet shaft left is bullshit. Hey, Tracker, gauntlet left is bullshit. Hey, Tracker, clear gauntlet.
You stumbled upon more Zelda bombs.
I'm just gonna click it.
Cleared Bozo.
Hey, Tracker, enable cheats.
Toggled cheats on.
Hey, Tracker, give me power bombs. Hey, Tracker, give me power bombs.
Can you even eat that many Berks?
Hey, Tracker, disable cheats.
Cheat code activated. You are no longer a cheater. For now.
No regrets!
License and registration, please. Do you know why I pulled you over?
Hey, Tracker, unclear
Bozo.
Bozo.
Over the speed limit. Hoarding more missiles. Marked off the lantern. I hope your wallet is big enough.
I done do. Like, I undo, but it's already been the point where I said something else.
Added more super missiles. Is this even randomized?
Yeah, but just look at that. Well, fire
Toggling
items.
spicy rock on.
Okay, now I can clear most of GT. Da, 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 da.
Access denied. Hoarding more powerful bombs. Who put 12-20 rupees in this game?
Another sword!
Upgraded progressive sword by 1 step.
Hey, just because I can do GT doesn't mean I can actually finish the
You
scene.
now have 4 more 10 arrows than you started with.
Remember, I still actually have to be able to kill Ganon. I mean, yeah, I still have to be able to kill Ganon. He needs 7 crystals still. Just because I can go to GT doesn't mean I can kill Ganon. God, that song's so good. Bounce, 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 bounce.
Yay. More missiles.
Yeah, we don't need to do Aga though. Nothing there but a bomb expansion.
What was that?
I'm still not actually capable of killing Mother Brain. I do need the criteria boss key to get there, and I don't have enough ammo yet. Okay, I could kill Mother Brain, but it would take a very, very, very long time.
Increasing collection of Palace of Darkness keys.
Oops! I mockballed too fast! Unknown as to whether or not that'll be useful.
Turtle Rock map is now yours. You now have 70 missiles. More missiles?
I guess we can go see the boy. I'll make a special trip for you, Chad. This one time. Plus it gets us some sewer surfing, which is always good. No, my momentum!
Finally, we're nearly to Shack Tool. I've been waiting for this since you started playing.
My luck with this fella hasn't been particularly good, but we'll see. Hey, track content.
Found more content. Too bad it isn't something better.
My toe! I'm slowly encroaching upon success! Alright, let's go. What can we possibly have this time? Is my drum roll? I need to get an icon on this.
Picked up more heart pieces. Don't be so hard on Shack Tool.
Well, I want to be
He's
hard
had
on
a
him.
rough time lately.
Hey, track Shack Tool.
Toggled Shack Tool on. Remember, killing Shack Tool is bad for metrics.
It's been a long time since I've had anything there. I've seen other people get some stuff recently, but not me. Yo, Renko, welcome. I mean, I guess I can go spend a little bit of time in Norfair, but it looks like I need to go spend some quality time in GT. Though apparently I have access to the entirety of Lower Norfair, so that is probably something I should consider at this time. Oh yeah, I can just get there with the flute. Damn. Alright.
Brinstar boss keycard is now yours.
Well, well, well. Looks like we need to go pay somebody a visit.
Even more bombs.
Going up! Aha! You didn't get me this time, Seed! I didn't go check the one item that was in logic over here first. Aha! It was set up to hit me with the old I was just there again! Except this time I didn't go there!
Found more 20 rupees. Oh no. Please avert your eyes to avoid seeing an imminent disaster.
Incoming! Muscle memory keeps making me shoot these things with super missiles and power bombs and everything else. What the? Quick-ish kill!
Toggle crate on. Watch out for his awful son on the way out.
Hey, counter-attack content.
Added more content. So many heart pieces.
You know, I've gotten pretty consistent at that. Is that just a... I thought I saw a fraction of Crane's head for a second there. That's just Crane's getting some rest after our little battle. He's still hungover from yesterday's party.
Increasing collection of superb missiles.
Alright, I'm gonna refill my ammo, and then it's back to Superman. I mean, look to the past for a bit. Do I just go to GT? I'd like to have the King of Samaria, but for all I know, the King of Samaria is probably there. Yeah, sure. Let's pay it a visit. I want to see the extent of these shenanigans that I've enabled. Hey, Tracker, get a load of this!
Mark Skillwoods as Red Crystal. Mark the cold place with the puzzle whose intended solution was so bad it was replaced in an official re-release as Red Crystal. Turtle Rock is now Crystal.
Alright, so I do need to have a medallion of some kind.
Sweet. Misery Mire map is now yours.
Another map! I played something good. Hey, Tracker, get a load of this!
Marked miserable Mire as crystal.
Hey, Tracker marked ether as required for Turtle Rock.
Marked ether as required for tortoise rock.
I'm genuinely surprised she got that one. I was kind of speaking to him like marbles and mouth syndrome. But hey, good job, Tracker.
Added more powerful bombs. Thieves Town Big Key is now yours.
Oh, I needed that.
Increasing collection of powerful bombs. Aren't these like the E-tanks in the Mega Man X series?
Still need the small key for Thieves Town before I want to go there, though. Alright, I have no idea even if GT is allowed to have progression in this setup. I'd imagine it is. But I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it's just open. No crystals required, it's just sitting open for us. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I've only got the one key, so I kind of have to leave a certain chest alone if I want to climb to the top.
Why are you wasting my time? 26 treasures left. Who needs the charge beam now? 25 items left in that tower so big that its owner is clearly compensating for something.
Another sword!
Toggle bacon on. 24 treasures left.
Boom, 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 boom.
You stumbled upon more E-tanks. 23 treasures left. Yay! More energetic tanks. 22 items left in Ganon's tower. You now have 1420 rupees. 21 items left in Ganon's tower. Another one. 20 treasures left.
I mean, I guess we'll find out, Matt.
Added more 50 rupees.
Well, maybe.
19 treasures left.
We'll find out if there is, if one shows up, I guess.
Picked up more missiles.
No, there's the
18
matter that I've
treasures
only got the
left.
2 small keys available, but I'm sure we'll be fine.
Toggling Tower of Hira key on. 17
yeah,
items
that's a
left
yup.
in that tower so big that its owner is clearly compensating for something.
That's absolutely a
Marking off
yes!
the cane of Somaria. 16 items left in Ganon's tower. Another one. 15 treasures left. Toggled Zora's flippers on. 14 treasures left.
Hey, I don't have that much health, so at least death warping at your right side will be easy enough.
Even more 20 rupees. 13 items left in Ganon's tower.
Well, so less arrows than I'd like to have in this scenario.
You must construct additional Ganon's tower keys.
Oh, that's convenient.
12 items left in that tower where someone always guesses 22. Toggled mirror on. 11 items left in Ganon's tower. Good job on getting the Tower of Hira big key. 10 items left in Ganon's tower. Increased survivability by 1 step. 9 items left in that tower so big that its owner is clearly compensating for something.
Yeah, don't need to just warm down, we good. I knew it was time to go to GT. Yeah, this is the shenanigans I was looking for. Yes, good. Good. I missed.
Darn, and I wanted you to die. 8 items
Tracker.
left in Ganon's tower.
How rude. Alright, I'm gonna try to preserve some magic, so I'm gonna use the lamp.
Who put 7 primitive explosives in this game? 7 treasures left.
Another one!
Found more missiles.
Oh, good, I
6
needed
items
those.
left in Ganon's tower. Good job on getting the Misery Mire big key.
Yeah, she
5
tends to be
items
that
left
way.
in Ganon's tower.
Alright,
Sweet.
before I do the rest
4
of
items
GT,
left in Ganon's tower.
let's do one other thing first. Since I'm here.
Marked off a Misery Mire key. 1 item left in Tower of Hera.
God, all the Lucio bots from Hi-Fi Rush are basically me on an average day working at the store. Thank you for your business. In order to continue using the photo ordering services, you must touch the screen to continue, as it says on the screen, to touch the screen to continue. The screen is touchscreen operated. You must touch it to do the things.
More Skullwoods keys. Nothing left in the tower that you just cheat up to the top of.
Alright, let's climb the tower. Gotta get that pyramid hole unlocked after all. Oh yeah, let's go. Boom, boom, boom. exactly have a lot of HP. The sword beams are gonna be annoying, but I mean, other than that. Case in point. Oh, sword beams, I want to like you, but you really suck. Okay, that didn't hit me, okay? We take those? Oh, that fire messed everything up! Yeah, GT's been pretty good. It's been stacked! And since I have all the items for it, I might as well finish it. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Ice Palace key is now yours.
Alright, one of those is helpful.
3 items left in that tower so big that its owner is clearly compensating for something. Cool. More E-tanks. 2 items left in that tower where someone always guesses 22.
Oh, that's poorly timed!
Your missile collection is getting somewhere. Just one more.
Aggro Dorm! Very aggroable Dorm!
Tracked Ice Palace big key.
Alright, I guess I can go to
Track
ice after
everything
this.
in Ganon's tower.
Well, that's a good pattern. I probably only counted as 2, but still. Much better than usual. Yeah, it only counted as 2. Again, it's open for business, but I need 7 crystals to actually do anything to him, so we'll leave him alone for now. Let's get some HP and then head over to ice. Mary, come back! Come back! To me! I need at least 2 Turtle Rock small keys to get to the end of that dungeon, so there is that. Has something nice, but it's not vital. Yeah, it has... Wait a minute, right, key sanity. Shit! I should have checked. Oh well. I don't have a Castle Tower small key anyways, so... Doesn't matter. Useful hint!
Another one.
Another
7
one!
items left in Ice Palace.
I don't need very many of the useful items anymore anyways. I got 9 E-tanks, that's plenty. It does route in with Big Bomb, that is true. If I get a Castle Tower Spall by then, it'd be nice. Do it again!
Good job on the tech. Was it a first try?
No.
Tower of Hero map is now yours. 6 treasures left. That's nice. 5 items left in Frigid Palace. Don't spend it all in one place. 4 items left in the cold place with the puzzle whose intended solution was so bad it was replaced in an official re-release.
Alright, while I'm up here, I think I'll take the bad cycle just so I can check this. Already found that one out, game. Alright, wait for the better cycle again. Go, go, go! I still have no medallions, so yeah, we probably are gonna end up in medallion go mode.
Marking off the Thieves' Town map.
I'm still in a state
3
where
items left in the cold place with the
fighting
puzzle
Mother
whose
Brain would
intended
really
solution
suck right
was
now.
so bad it was replaced in an official re-release.
So we'll see what happens. Lower Norfair is open and available. That's something I should probably consider.
Please repeat. Toggled Norfair level 2 keycard on.
Well, that's a lot of
2
items.
items left in Ice Palace. Tracked bottle of blood. 1 more to go in here.
Alright, let's see if I can get this to work. Yes! Easy peasy! Hey, tracker track content!
Increasing collection of content.
Cowabunga.
Toggled ether on. That's everything in the cold place with the puzzle whose intended solution was so bad it was replaced in an official re-release.
You know, I should probably go do
Mark
Swamp
Krakow
Palace.
Jr. as defeated.
Because, I mean, it is marked as mandatory. So we're out the swamp. Hey, Tracker, get a load of this!
Thieves' Town is now crystal.
Alright, there's a very strong chance this is just a pendant, but I mean, Swamp told me it's mandatory, so I'm gonna go to it. I'm gonna trust it on that. We'll see if it's actually true, though.
Quake is now yours. 9 treasures left.
Oh, the smooth
Marking off the
groove!
blue shit. 8 treasures left.
Oh, it's a head buffer! It's a head buffer for sure! It's one of those packs I mixed very slightly louder than normal, just because, I mean, it just rocks so much! I couldn't help it!
Toggle
Ooh.
plasma beam on.
Sorry, Spazer.
7 treasures
But there's
left.
a new beam in town! Oh!
Toggled silver arrows on. 6 items left in Swamp Palace.
Swamp's got the useful goodies! Get out of there, Fire Snake! Come on!
Good job on the tech. Was it a first try?
Hey, Tracker, track content.
How many more content do you need?
Infinite! And sure, that was an intentional dodge.
Get a few more and I can sleep early today. 5 treasures left. Hoarding more pieces of heart.
Alright, nothing but health on the left side.
4
Swamp.
items left in the wet place with the slow left side that nobody wants to do.
But I just did the slow left side that nobody wants to do, Tracker. I had to make sure, even though you already showed me multiple items that could be considered required. Because, I mean, Lord knows silvers are. Because it would be unreasonable to expect people to know how to do silverless Ganon. Even if it is an easy trick, it's still very much a trick.
Showtime!
Now, Dreams think we're gifting a sub of to the biggest blueberry. Kitty Johnson's spinning a little bit more for us today.
Remove the morph ball. You now have 8 more bombs
Hey,
than
Tracker,
you
I can do
started
that.
with. 3 treasures left. Cool. More primitive explosives. 2 items left in Swamp Palace. I'll undo that. Cool. More heart containers.
It was all a matter
more
of
to go
time with her,
here.
I guess. Oh, Tracker.
2 deaths? Already?
Hey, Tracker, undo that.
Make up your mind.
Oh, I didn't do it right. Crystal? Ah, okay, expected pendant. Whatever, I mean, I guess Plasma Beam and Quake, and, you know, they got some decent stuff at least. Kamunga.
Cool. More heart pieces. That's everything in Swamp Palace. Pouring one out for air Gus.
Hey, Tracker, mark Swamp Palace's red pendant.
Mark the wet place with the slow left side that nobody wants to do as pendant of wisdom.
I love it when she does that. Okay, I guess it was just Silvers then. Hey, Tracker, mark Ether is required for Misery Mire.
Ether is now known for Misery Mire.
So it was technically not mandatory because it was just Silvers, but I mean, like, I'll take Silvers, I guess. Yeah, all the animated emotes could switch you over to, like, actually hand-drawn animated emotes. Since Twitch only gives you 5 animated emote slots, I wanted to make sure all 5 of them were, like, custom stuff instead of just prefabs.
Yay. 7 items left in the green place that is more of a swamp than the place actually called a swamp, which is more like a sewer.
You really feel like being verbose today, don't you, Tracker? Nice.
Track half magic. 6 items left in Misery Mire.
So I either need a Pod Big Key or Desert Palace Big Key, but I also need some Turtle Rock Small Keys. But I mean, that's technically it. I could beat Mother Brain with this much ammo. It'd suck a little bit. But I think I can do it. Got this song.
You now have 40 burgers. 5 items left in Miserable Mire. Good job on getting the wrecked ship boss key
Aw,
card.
that's not the criteria, boss
4 treasures
card!
left.
Yeah, I'd have to go back after breaking Mother Brain's tank. It's the only way it would work. Burgers. I do love a good burger.
What did you say?
Want a good burger, Tracker? Hey, Tracker, how are you?
Fine, I guess.
Primo Berg! Hey, Tracker, wreck ship bullshit room is bullshit.
Marked ruined pool as bullshit. That's a lot of soup. 3 treasures left.
I mean, the party was last night. Today she'd be more hungover than anything. I've never experienced a hangover, but I've been around plenty of people who have been hungover. Them wild university parties, man. I emerge from my dorm room at the start of the day and everybody's just like...
Fresh meat.
It's just an entire building of people going, ugh.
Toggled bombos on. 2 treasures left. Your mom signed the permission slip. Now you can carry more bombs. Just one more.
I mean, to be fair, they probably felt like zombies. Just don't suffer up. God, that is terrible advice. Okay, good. That's still active. Wasn't actually paying attention to my actions, so I wasn't sure if I'd accidentally disabled that yet. Nope, still going. God, I couldn't even imagine waking up after, like, a camping trip. Out in a tent, hungover as heck. You step outside into the natural light and your head just starts throbbing. But of course, as with any hangover, the person who brought it on is yourself. Alright! Let's see if that's the big key I needed.
Marked off the Desert Palace big key. That's everything in Misery Mire. Marked Vitreous as defeated.
Yeah, the dialogue box popping up when you get a key off of a boss messes up the crystal palette.
Okay, you have enough missiles now. Tracking bug catching net.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
More energetic tanks.
I get a cooler or two, but I mean, even those are expensive, so I don't bother. There are advantages to having to be frugal due to being poor.
Found more explosive arrows. 5 items left in Desert Palace. Toggling Meridai level 2 keycard on.
Okay.
4 items left in the palace with millions of billions of grains of sand.
That's the keycard that lets me go bother Botswana if I feel like it. Speed up, star!
3 items left in Desert Palace.
I haven't bothered with alcohol yet. I was offered it when I first went to university, like day 1 pretty much. But like I was still young, I was still below proper age by then. So you know, at that point it's like, no, I'm good. Oh, thankfully everybody's always been understanding and they never push the envelope. Alright, let's go ahead and see what these guys have. Is it a crystal or is it my last pendant? Alright, fine, I'll go find the pod, Big Key. Hey, track content.
Cool. More content.
I guess I can go pull the
Marked off a
pedestal.
castle tower key. 2 treasures left. Mark Landmalas as defeated.
Hey, Tracker, mark Desert Palace's blue pendant.
Desert Palace is now even worse pendant. Howdy Franzel.
Da-da. I'll go to
Even
Lower
more
Norfair
heart
at some point,
containers.
maybe.
Greetings Mokara 3RD. Hey Sayonma.
But for now, I have more dungeons to do, so I'll do those first. I also need 2 Turtle Rock small keys, though I can glitch around those if necessary. Whether or not somebody drinks is purely up to them, but the important thing is to be responsible. There's a reason why you're supposed to be into your adulthood before you have any. I mean, I am a ninja, so therefore I can slip through the grip of my enemies. Another sword! Kabunga.
Upgraded progressive sword by 1 step. 1 more to go in here. Mark this fucker as defeated.
Tracker, such language!
Tracked shovel. That's everything in Skill Woods.
Alright, what's up, Ped?
Could you repeat that? Good job on getting the Desert Palace map.
Wow, thanks!
I'm so sorry. You're welcome.
Since I am after small keys, I should probably go grab the one off of Lake Hylia Island. I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. I have a bomb! I wonder if it's any useful.
Marking off the magic powder.
No, not
Your
really.
5 rupees collection is getting somewhere.
Hey, Tracker, enable hints.
Hints are now enabled.
Hey, Tracker, what's in Thieves Town Big Chest?
Thieves Town Big Chest might be on the way of the hero.
I don't want to go into Thieves Town yet. Hey, Tracker, disable hints.
Hints are no longer enabled. Good
Hey!
to see you,
Hey!
Locos Docos. Good job on getting the bouncy ball.
Yeah, that counts as useful.
One item left in a Ganon's tower. Tossed another missile onto the pile. That's everything in a Ganon's tower.
Just want one more instance of crunchy 8-bit haze. No, that was very much an 8-bit song right there. That was from TMNT3 for the NES. So yes, even in the NES days,
So many hamburgers.
they mixed in some haze.
Marking off the Swamp Palace map.
I guess I should... Oh, right, I forgot to get the Lake Hylia Island item. I'll just do that real quick.
But you already defeated Kraid.
Whee! Whoop!
Picked up more Ice Palace keys.
Oh,
You
yes.
stole that from the Buzz Blob.
Totally did! Don't mind me! Could that be the Thieves Town small key I'm looking for? Da 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 da, turtle power. Alright, what you got? Hey, Tracker, King Zora's a scam. Hey, Tracker, King Zora has bullshit.
Marked King Zora as bullshit. Hoarding more Palace of Darkness keys.
Alright, I do need those, technically. Okay, I'll go to Norfair. I guess. But I was getting so much done in Link to the Past. Oh yeah. Hey, Tracker, mark Palace of Darkness is crystal.
Dork Palace is now crystal.
We gotta go to Low North!
Good job on getting the sacred texts. Hoarding more heart containers.
Hey Tracker, Golden Torso drop-down item is bullshit.
Cleared gold Torso. Drop down. Congratulations on defeating Golden Torso.
Look, we have turtles in Link to the Past, we gotta have the punk frogs. In Super Metroid. It's very important.
Even more Zelda bombs.
I guess the problem with the Battletoads MSU is there's so little music available in that series. There's some, but I mean, like, it's 100 songs. Yeah, I'm aware of that crossover. I saw it pretty much as soon as it was new. Of course they used the turbo tunnel. Jeez. Everybody always remembers the turbo tunnel, but nobody remembers Volkmeyer's Inferno. Which is the turbo tunnel, except worse in every conceivable way.
Picked up more missiles.
Yeah, Microsoft's been playing real nice with PC players and essentially just letting them have all the content. Hey Tracker, track content. Hey Tracker, track content.
Found more content.
Of course, it's still on the devs to actually make a decent PC port, which is always a bit of a thing. Yeah, Clearwater is definitely way worse, but it's also considerably different than the two stages. The reason I brought up Volkmeyer's in particular is because it's very similar in construction to the turbo tunnel. There was a little bit of a Battletoads renaissance for a little while there. Between Killer Instinct and Shovel Knight and that really awful game that got released. Good Ridley. Friendly Ridley.
Toggled Ridley on. Oh. Neat. Wow. Reserve tanks.
Hey, I mean, at least it is this version of Ridley screaming and not the frickin' Metroid Fusion Ridley screaming. / Zero Mission, since they use the exact same sound effects there. The GBA Ridley screaming is so bad I had to lean away from the mic to imitate it. Because because it's just too loud otherwise. Honestly, if I had to describe it, it sounds like really aggressive cat meowing. It's got a similar cadence. But it's
Even more
really
heart
loud.
pieces.
Hey, Tracker, escape powerbomb room is bullshit.
I hope you didn't waste time going there.
Man!
Okay. Is this even randomized?
I gave you all this Lower Norfair stuff and there hasn't been a single thing in here of use.
Good job on getting the red boomerang.
How very disappointing.
Wrecked ship level 1 keycard is now yours.
Okay, it is now somewhat tempting to go to Wreck Ship. Somewhat.
Do you have enough 20 rupees yet?
I'd still have to go there through going through Meridian backwards, though. So I'm not super interested. Now, there is a small key in Meridian I could go grab now, so that might be worth it.
Did you seriously need 3 of these? That's a lot of soup.
Expecting to be going through door transition, apparently did not shoot door.
Toggle Desert Palace key on.
It's just a fetch quest key! How's to keep on keeping these Turtle Rock keys away from me?
Who put 125 missiles in this game?
There we go!
Hoarding more Turtle Rock keys.
After all that, I'm one step closer!
You now have 450 rupees. More 20 rupees?
Alright, I guess I'll dare it up to Meridian to see what that small key is. Small key.
Yay. More Ganon's tower keys.
Alright, I'm going back to Link to the Past. I'm just gonna say shake my head in disappointment, chat. Alright, let's see. There's a bunch of overworld checks I can do at least. I mean, while I'm here, I have just enough HP to sequence break Spike Cave.
Fresh meat.
That's nice.
And I can see what's on this!
Good job on getting the Brinstar level 2 keycard.
Not bad, not bad!
Cool. More 50 rupees. By the way, nice tech.
And yeah, I went from Big Apple 3 AM to Big Apple 3 PM after pulling the pedestal. I mean 3 PM, I put the emphasis on the wrong thing. Down, boom, boom, boom. Come along, little fella, we got places to be. Like, we get to go see a magic bat. You probably haven't visited your... How did I overjump that? What? Alright, hang on, I can make this work. That was weird.
I didn't get that. You now have 6 heart containers.
Wacky. Yeah, we took the dwarf to see his roommate. Or at least, you know, the person renting the basement. Probably hasn't checked in a while.
You must construct additional energy tanks.
Hey, Tracker, we're going to Peg World.
Toggle Peg World Go mode. On.
Hey, Tracker Peg. Hey, Tracker
Pop.
Peg. Hey, Tracker
Pop.
Peg. Hey, Tracker
Pop.
Peg. Hey, Tracker
Pop.
Peg. Hey, Tracker Peg. Hey, Tracker Peg. Hey, Tracker Peg.
Pop.
Hey, Tracker Peg.
Pop.
Hey, Tracker Peg.
Pop.
Hey, Tracker Peg. Hey, Tracker
Please
Peg.
repeat.
Hey, Tracker Peg. Hey, Tracker
Pop.
Peg. Oh, this looks important. Whoo, yep, that's important.
Tracking criteria boss keycard. Can we get in line to write it again? Marked blind as defeated.
Hey, Tracker, I can do that.
I'll undo that.
Alright, so that one was really necessary. Because I can finish Super Metroid whenever at this point. I have enough ammo. Now I really have enough ammo.
Do you have enough super missiles yet?
This does give me incentive to perhaps run through Super Metroid with the Hyper Beam. Just because I can. Are you serious? Game, stop it! Enough with the skulls!
So many missiles. Toggling Palace of Darkness map on.
Well, hey, I have all the relevant maps at least. I didn't need them, but I have them. Alright, so I at least found one thing of note after all that.
You can stop picking up reserve tanks any day now.
I can go to Pod to pick up a few of those items, but I don't really see the point right now. Hey, Tracker, enable hints.
I'll give you hints when asked.
Hey, Tracker, what's in the Thieves Town big chest?
It opens doors.
Hey, Tracker, what's in the Thieves Town big chest? Hey, Tracker, what's in the Thieves Town big chest?
Why don't you go find out? Or just say, hey Tracker, enable spoilers, and I might tell you.
Hey, Tracker, disable hints.
Fine. Figure it out yourself.
What's in there? It's probably a Turtle Rock small key. Or maybe it's a Palace of Darkness small key.
I'm afraid I can no longer undo that. Picked up more bombs. Just one more.
Give me a Super Metroid key card. It's
More
good.
20 rupees.
I'm just gonna go do the
That's the
dungeon.
last of them. Nice to see you, Transcan driver.
There's a chance whatever it is something I don't actually need. That's it! I'm going in! Hey, Tracker, tell me a joke. Hey, Tracker, tell me a joke.
I just saw someone mugging a lalafell. I didn't think anyone could stoop so low.
Oh, he's with the potato jokes. They look like a sack of potatoes. They're about the same size, they're about the same build.
It's a single arrow. Why are you having me track this? 3 treasures left.
Yeah, they are shaped like Fred. Or Demons of Mischief, one of the two. Hello, how's it going? Hey, don't look at me, she's the one that made the joke. Glances slowly in Tracker's direction.
So many 20 rupees. 2 treasures left.
I mean, it's true. It's important to have the gremlin race. It just brings out a certain character. No, not create Shadow Legends! Blind, no! Cowabunga! I guess I should go back to Super
You
Metroid
now
and
have
spend some
18
time
pieces
there.
of heart. Just one more.
But wait!
Rip
I've got an
one.
idea! Let's go this way! I can skip all 3 shields, nice.
Found more heart containers.
Oh my goodness.
Who put 8 heart containers in this game?
Boom, boom, boom. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum.
What did you say?
Don't worry about it, Tracker. I'm just having a moment. Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum-bum. Let's see, 10 arrows and an arrow expansion. Amazing! Hey, Tracker, right sandpit right is bullshit.
Ignoring the right side of the right sand pit.
Hey, Tracker, right sandpit left is bullshit.
Mark the left side of the right sand pit as bullshit.
Wait, that's the Meridia boss key. Or I guess it could be the Upper
Another
Norfair
one.
boss key. Okay, yeah.
Marked off the Norfair boss keycard.
That's just Crocomire. And we already get a hint that I can leave Crocomire alive this time, so I'll leave him alone. You know. Yo, Dark Shadow Rage. Welcome, welcome. You find us in the middle of taking a silly route over to the wrecked ship because it's the only option I have. How's it going? It's time to ride the Forgotten Highway! And how about I do a bunch of these lately? Starting to get used to this room again. Emphasis on the word starting. This room looks like the average, like, kid's first Mario Maker level where they just kind of place blocks everywhere at random. Alright, let's go pay a visit to Phantom. Oh yeah, I should have brought the Hyper Beam. Oh well. Too late now.
Marking off the mushroom.
I can't actually pull a little bit of shenanigans. It may not be the actual charge beam, but could work. Hey, it did work! Nice! Hey, Tracker Track content.
You now have a content. Bustin' makes me feel good.
Let's kick shell!
Pop.
Hey, Tracker, I don't want to be in Peg World anymore.
Toggle Peg World mode off. Toggling Meridai level 1 keycard on.
Alright.
Tracking Ice Beam.
I mean, that's fine. That means I don't have to worry about Metroids when I go to pick up the Hyper Beam. No slow! Power bomb related deaths this time. And hey, since I have the key card for this place, I can actually full clear it. I was hopeful for a sec that maybe I wouldn't have to go to all the far corners of Super Metroid, but it's looking like that's not the case.
Picked up more missiles. That's nice.
I mean, I don't really need those, but sure. I guess it gives me more incentive to go check that out before finding the big key.
Accidentally picked that up.
Maybe? She doesn't need to know. You know, Clear Winger probably would work pretty well for some sort of bowling. I mean, it does stay upright really well. Okay, I've got enough of those.
Turtle Rock keys. Tossed another missile onto the pile.
Okay, so I can technically just go to Turtle Rock now.
Tossed another energy tank onto the pile.
May as well, I guess.
Added more castle tower keys. Even more missiles.
Now I gotta make sure to take a little visit over to Bozo, because the game seems to think he's dead. This tracker misinterpreted something way earlier.
You now have 19 more heart pieces than you started with. Marked Bomb Torizo as defeated.
Alright! Oops. Off to Turtle Rock! I can't check the lava chest, but I can do everything else. Hey Tracker, enable hints.
Hints are now enabled.
Hey Tracker, what's at the tower Hey Tracker, what's in Turtle Rock big key chest?
It's got something for TMNT, but I wouldn't bother with it.
Hey Tracker, clear Turtle Rock big key chest. Hey Tracker, clear Turtle Rock big key chest.
Cleared Turtle Rock big key chest.
Hey Tracker, disable
11
hints.
treasures left. I can no longer assist. So many misery Mire keys.
Alright, off we go! It wasn't checked. I need a small key to get to it. So it's gonna become a question of whether or not I find the Palace of Darkness big key before I even have access to that. I mean, there's a chance that the Palace of Darkness big key's in here. We'll find out soon. Okay, so I can actually go access that now. Hey!
You now have 20 rupees. 10 treasures left.
You know, the 16-bit hay doesn't even sound all that much better than the 8-bit hay. Though I guess TMNT 3 was made at basically the same time, so it's a very late NES game.
Marked off the Brinstar level 1 keycard. 9 items left in Tortoise Rock.
Well,
more Turtle Rock keys. Is this even randomized?
I guess I can skip going over to the
left in
Poké
the
now.
Turtle Club that features weird So Mario blocks and Super Mario references. Howdy my K-Say fighter. So many heart containers. 7 items left in Turtle Rock.
Oh yeah, I guess I technically don't actually have logical access to Laser Bridge at this time. Well, I do, actually. It would have required picking up all 3 shields. But I decided to pick up 0 shields!
What did he say? Tossed another Palace of Darkness key onto the pile.
Alright, I have enough pod keys to check the whole dungeon now. Starting to really wonder what that small key on Bumper Ledge is.
Neat. 6 items left in the Turtle Club that features weird Mario blocks and Super Mario references.
Ultra magic!
Border magic. 5 treasures left.
Yeah, there's a surprising number of them that you can just dash into. That one probably makes the least sense because it doesn't even look extra cracked.
Found more supers. 4 items left in Tortoise Rock. How did you get to Laser Bridge top right without the cane of lag? Tracked criteria
Okay, I can go figure out what
level
that
2
small
keycard.
key is now.
3 items left in the Turtle Club that features weird Mario blocks and Super Mario references. Good job on getting the cape. 2 items left in the Turtle Club that features weird Mario blocks and Super Mario references.
I should probably go
Found
see
more
if that's the
missiles.
Thieves Town small key.
1 item left in the Turtle Club that features weird Mario blocks and Super Mario references.
Wait, get it, Tracker! I really need to go lower those weights at some point. Ah, too early. Alright, nothing of much note in here.
Cool, more 5 rupees. That's everything in Turtle Rock. Cleared the Turtle Club that features weird Mario blocks and Super Mario references.
You really just picked that 4 times in a row, huh, Tracker? Alright, let me go see what this small key is. I have basically every other small key in the game. There's like 1 pod and 1 Mystery Mire one left that isn't the Thieves Town one. That's how far down this rabbit hole we've gone. Alright, is this for Thieves Town?
Tracking Thieves Town key.
Oh! Alright, I'm going. Some shit is just overworld glitch that. Should've just glitched through it when I saw it the first time. Alright, I'm going. Good one is just the Palace of Darkness pink key, which there's a very significant chance it's just in here. I mean, we'll see. There's a very strong chance it can also be a Pond Small, yes.
Toggling Norfair level 1 keycard on.
Okay.
That's everything in the town. The town for thieves. The town specially chosen to house thieves. Thieves Town.
I can follow up on that real quick. Now the one item has become 2! No, they're there. We're just missing the farthest right-hand side column because this layout's a little bit too big.
Found more +5 bomb capacities.
There she
March off the
blows!
Palace of Darkness big key.
Hey, Tracker, track go mode.
Toggle go mode. On.
I mean, I could say it's pizza time, but we're using the Turtles MSU, it's always pizza time. Alright, let's get this done. Pretty significant fetch quest. Cape on Laser Bridge. To pick up the Thieves Town small key, to go get the Norfair level 1 key, to go get the Palace of Darkness big key. But hey, now I can skip the rest of Palace of Darkness, that's all good. And it's gonna be a sub 3 key sanity seed, which is always a little bit odd. Not much point in me going to pick up the charge beam since I already have more than enough ammo for Mother Brain anyways. Yeah, Dragon actually gets to live this seed. The settings actually had an impact. I don't need the Meridia boss key. Charge beam is in like that upper section of Meridia that has the one enemy that's guarding a fake sand pit that has 2 items at the bottom of it.
Added more missiles. 13 treasures left.
This being the last dungeon is actually appropriate now. Okay, that actually worked for a change. Hey, Tracker Jack content.
Tossed another content onto the pile.
Huh. I got a red potion, I got a green potion, I got a blue potion, and I got a fairy. What a variety of bottles.
You sure got lucky with this filled bottle. 12 items left in Dork Palace.
Sure,
Cleared Palace of Darkness.
I'll just walk to Ganon from here so we can get a little bit of the music. Talk about timing! It's a Super Ganon! Also pretty cooperative, Ganon. Only like 2 extra teleports. Very smooth, very smooth. You love to see it. Yo, Juker, welcome, welcome. How'd Spyro go last night? Hey, Tracker, I defeated Ganon without taking damage.
That was some impressive work. Good job. Big Twitch is surely pleased. Congratulations on beating off Porkula.
100% in one go? Nice! Gotta love a collectathon that doesn't go too crazy so you can actually finish it in one session. Alright, now you just need to play some more Donkey Kong 64. I do like Donkey Kong 64 as well. It took me a few more streams, but mine tend to be a little bit shorter than yours. It was definitely an experience. I think I've 101% of that game, like, or 102, whatever the highest percentage is in that game. Like 6 times now? What's wrong with me? Shish! That's a lot of DK! What's wrong with both of us? Yeah, we did a couple of DK64 randomizers. I always managed to miss this one Metroid somehow. Dectodrome. Just clip through walls, forehead.
I didn't get that.
It's the solution to most Donkey Kong 64 problems. Did I manage to get that back in time where it didn't actually stop the not like this screen? Such speed! Such power! I'm the fastest to right. Oh, I always forget. I guess skipping the baby was just too much for poor old Twitch, and it blew up. Wait, I've got an idea. This'll lower my health faster. There we go. Alright, get nice and cozy, Rash. It's gonna be a minute. I do hope that highlight didn't end up getting... I mean, the VOD didn't end up splitting into 2 pieces. Because I'll be real sad if it does. I wanted to make this a bit of a special scene because, you know, it's gonna be the 100th one sent to the VOD channel. But if it gets split into 2 pieces, well, I can't do much about that. Damn it, Twitch! I don't want to have to download the VODs and edit them together. But I guess I could. Time to pew pew! There's no way you can match my speed! Yeah, you hear that? blazing through the sky with all
Toggle
my
big brain
speed!
on.
Time for the most casual escape of all time! Let's go! I wonder if I can get speed booster like this. Let's give it a quick shot. Yeah! Amazing! I'm so fast! Here I come! Whee! So, this is what happens when you do a kind of half-assed baby skip. You're normally supposed to get bitten by the baby Metroid until you go down to, like, 1 HP. Like, if you do it correctly and manage to escape the room while the baby's attached to you, you suffer the speed decrease that the baby puts on you for the rest of the game. You can save at the save point and reset it and it fixes it, but it's really funny to just escape like this sometimes. Go, Rash, go! Show them your speed! That more false speed is pathetic! There's no way it's gonna let me build up my speed booster speed. Nope. We made it!
Timer pause. GG.
I mean, horizontal shine spark should still move at regular speed. Hey Tracker, I have 15 content.
I'm beginning to think you're lying about all this content.
I did save the animals! See? Look, their pixel's gonna escape. Yeah, we went for a slow jog down to the animals. There they go!
Please repeat.
Oh, Twitch server's gonna die again! Or at least it dropped some frames there for a sec. You know what? I think I'll take that as an indicator to stop streaming now. Because, yeah, it seems like it's having some troubles this Saturday. But first, I mean, there's only one item that we didn't actually find, so... Hey, Tracker, enable spoilers.
Toggled spoilers on.
Hey, Tracker, where's the cane of Brian? Hey, Tracker, where's the cane of Myrna?
The cane of slowdown is at Grapple Beam Room in Upper Norfair.
I really like it when she does that. Hey, Tracker, where's the Meridia boss key?
The Meridia boss keycard is at Palace of Darkness Big Chest, in Palace of Darkness.
I know.
It is out of logic.
Just locked behind my Go mode item. Hey, Tracker, where's the Palace of Darkness small key?
This seed doesn't have the Palace of Darkness compass.
Hey, Tracker, where's the Palace of Darkness small key?
This seed doesn't have the Palace of Darkness compass.
Hey, Tracker, where's the small key to Palace of Darkness?
This seed doesn't have the Swamp Palace compass.
Hey, Tracker, where's the small key, Palace of Darkness?
The Swamp Palace compass is not in this seed.
Hey, Checker, where's the Palace of Darkness key?
A Palace of Darkness key can be found at that room after the false floor in Green Brinstar.
Okay, so it was down behind Brinstar level 2 key card. Understood! She doesn't recognize them as small keys, only as regular keys. Check, I think you need a break. I'll let a day off tomorrow, huh? Well, there you go. With these nonsense settings and doing all of Ganon's Tower and whatnot, we still got a sub 3, so it's fine. Usually these take a little bit longer. Bonks is crashing into a wall with the Pegasus boots. Sometimes it's intentional, oftentimes it's not.